Hey guys, it's Paradise, and with Monster Hunter Wilds open beta happening, we figured you guys would like some quick and handy guides going over the new moves for all of the 14 weapons. So we'll go over what they do, how you can use them, and everything you need to know to get started with the weapons in Wilds. We'll be making one for each of the different weapons, so tell us what you think of the new moves and what one you want to see next. But do drop a like below if you enjoy these, and subscribe for more Wilds every day. In this video, we'll be diving into what the community dubs as the most technical weapon, the Charge Blade. If you're a fan of massive burst damage, stylish guard points, and literally chainsawing your enemies to death, then the Charge Blade will have you beaming in Monster Hunter Wilds. It features extended combo paths, entirely new mechanics like overcharged files, and even reworked mechanics like how Savage Axe mode now functions. And let's start off by talking about the Power Axe mode, or Savage Axe mode as many love to call it. This mode now reduces your file usage in axe attacks, including your amped element discharge, by half. This lets you stay in axe mode for effectively 2 times longer before having to refill those files. You can also deal multiple instances of damage as you saw the monster with each attack while in Power Axe mode. It is a little tricky with the timing and needs a little bit of skill this time. The menu says continuously pressing the button when attacking with the axe does this, but from my own testing, I haven't been able to replicate it that way. But I have had consistent success by holding down the attack button as you connect the hit of the swing with the axe to the monster. So if, for instance, you do a triangle attack in axe mode, you hold down triangle as it connects to the monster, causing the blade to stay in place for a second as it spins, dealing extra damage. This also applies to circle axe attacks. Holding down circle as it connects will spin the axe in place for a second too. It's super satisfying to pull off. There's a few pathways to get Power Axe mode in Wilds, and it's different to Monster Hunter World Iceborne. They all require an interaction with a monster or an incoming attack. Firstly is via a mount finisher. This requires creating a wound while mounted, and then pressing R1 to do a weapon attack on the wound, which will destroy the wound and give you the Power Axe mode buff. The second way is through a perfectly timed guard follow-up. By guarding an attack just as it's about to hit you, you'll get a perfect guard, then press triangle for the Savage Axe slash, granting you the Power Axe mode buff as well. You can, however, do this by perfect guarding a self-placed regular barrel bomb, and then press triangle afterwards, but remember it needs to be a perfect guard. This is the only option to self-activate Power Axe mode. Power clashes are another option though. When blocking enough attacks, and perfect guards are best for this, you'll build up a power clash that works like a status, and once you trigger it, you want to mash the triangle button, and then after that press triangle again to do the Savage Axe slash, giving you the Power Axe mode buff. Finally is our Focus Strike. It's called the Focus Double Slash. It has you leaping forwards doing a double slash that is great for closing short distances. You can do this both in sword and axe mode, but it will do the same sword attack, but if you connect it with a wound, it will execute the second part of the attack, which is basically the ultimate pizza cutter move. This deals some good damage, pops the wounds it makes contact with, and grants you the Power Axe mode buff afterwards. The actual buff itself lasts for 2 minutes without any other factors, and remains on you even when you run out of files. But note that super amped element discharge will still dump all of your files, so the file reduction buff doesn't work for super amped element discharge. Next up, it's good to know that excess files will be overcharged now, giving them a brand new UI appearance and enhanced effects of increased damage and charge duration. You can see here the regular files in axe mode deal 10 damage on the training barrel and deal 27 damage with SAD. Meanwhile, with overcharged files, regular axe hits do 14 damage on the file pop or 33 damage on the SAD. That's a 40% difference in the circle axe attacks, and a 22.22% difference in the SAD damage on the training dummy. Meanwhile, the standard duration of your shield charge with 5 files is actually around 2 minutes and 5 seconds, or 125 seconds. The duration of the shield charge with 5 overcharged files, though, is actually 3 minutes 20, or 200 seconds. That means you get the buff for 75 seconds longer, or 46.15% with those overcharged files, meaning each overcharged file gives you 15 seconds of extra charge time on your shield. Another big change is that you can no longer go straight into a super amped element discharge via your regular AED combo strings. Instead, you must combo into an amped element discharge as usual, and then you can follow it up with a circle input to go into the amped element discharge follow-up. This is a new spinning attack, and after this you can press triangle and circle together to finally do an SAED as usual. Alternatively, you can do a regular AED and just go straight into triangle and circle to do the SAED, skipping the follow-up. You can, however, still block attacks and go straight into SAED afterwards with a triangle and circle input. This is our shortest way to go into SAED, and interestingly, you can trigger this by guarding a self-placed small barrel bomb, which is our best option for a quick SAED wake-up hit now. There's even a new, faster way to charge our shield with the Shield Elemental Boost. You can do this both with and without charge. You press R2 and circle to bank any charge you might have, but then hold circle, which will instantly put any files into your shield charge. This overall increases the flow to charge your shield much faster. You can even do this from the new dismount attack. While riding, you can use triangle for the riding attack, which slashes around you and is a good way to build up file charge while on the move. The dismount attack, however, leaps you forward, doing a slash and shield attack. But this can lead into several moves, your usual weak slash and charged rising slash or morph slash, but interestingly, you can also combo into an AED with triangle and circle, or the new shield element boost that we just spoke about with R2 plus triangle plus circle. You can also jump off of your mount to gain some air and do aerial attacks. With triangle you can do the jumping slash, or with R2 you can do the jumping morph slash. On top of this, we have a new guard point built into the shield elemental boost at the very end. So if you time it correctly, you can bank your files, charge your shield, and hit a weak point on an incoming attack, giving you more options when banking files based on the monster's movement. Focus mode is also a massive buff for the Charge Blade. Holding down L2 activates focus mode, allowing you to direct your hits towards the monster when moving. This means big commitment moves like AED and SAED can be completely spun around almost 360 degrees, making them super easy to hit. The Charge Blade also gets to use one of the awesome new mechanics, the Power Clash. Guarding and perfect guarding will have you clash with a monster, and then you mash triangle to win the clash, allowing for follow-ups with the charged rising slash by holding circle, a regular amped element discharge with triangle and circle, or the new Savage Axe slash as mentioned before, giving you power axe mode. Well, as you can see, the Charge Blade is still a bunch of fun in Wilds with several new toys to play with. Hopefully you're enjoying these quick rundowns of the changes and now you're ready to hunt. This was everything to get you started, but get ready for the full in-depth weapon guides when the game releases. As the demo is subject to change, it's probably better we wait till release in case there's any new additional mechanics. So drop a like if you enjoyed this and subscribe for more Monster Hunter coming your way very, very soon.